Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. It's about that time. Let's go take that walk and see what's in the fridge today. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Greg's Beer Reviews today. I appreciate it. Uh, this is Treehouse Brewing's Alter Ego. Guys, I reviewed this beer a while back. We're going to do a re-review here. This was sent to me by Dave. Unfortunately, this one is at the end of its shelf life. Hopefully, it's still going to be tasty and as tasty as the one I did the last time. But it is what it is, and he spent his hard-earned money on it and sent it to me, so we're going to redo it. I'm going to try to judge it accordingly and not bark off too much because it's over 3 months old. But it is what it is. Let's go to. I forgot to tell you, this is a 6.8 percenter, and we're got the IBUs according to Untapped at 72. Commercial description from those guys: brewed with the spirit of experimentation and the celebration of our 3rd anniversary. What we did here is took a whole bunch of Mosaic and Amarillo hops, a classic punch of citrus purveying goodness, and added them to the Julius Dry Hop, which is another one of their beers. The base beer is exactly the same, but the dry hop is altered tremendously. The result is a beer with all the deliciousness of the base beer with a layer of added citrus complexity, like Devil Julius or something. So, like I said, I'm hoping this is going to be a tasty beer, even though it's a tad over 3 months old. So let's get to it. First beer of the day for me. So, big 16-ounce can. Treehouse does some awesome stuff, guys. They really, really do. So, into the glass we go. And while I pour this, I'll say the cuisine is curry, Thai, cheese is peppery, Monterey pepper jack, sharp blue, cheddar, your stronger cheeses, meat, poultry, fish, shellfish, and salmon. And I'll add grilled meat to that. Glassware and a pint, Becker Nonic tumbler mug. Stein Seidel. I'm using my favorite tulip glass today, guys. And not recommended for extended cellaring. And like I told you guys, this beer is at the end of its shelf life. Maybe just a tad beyond, in my humble opinion. I like to give these style of beers 3 months. The fresher you get it, the tastier it's going to be. So, with that easy pour, we still got a good almost finger and a half of head. It doesn't seem to be the cloudy, unfiltered juice bombs, if you will. We're going to do the back end pour before I go off camera and see if it clouds it up considerably. Sometimes, especially with the age of this beer, it may have settled into the bottom of the can. As you can see, it is fairly clear. A nice amber color. Looks pretty good in the glass. Let's get it to the nose. Very, very citrusy, guys. It's still got a tremendous amount of hop aroma for a beer that's over 3 months old. Very nice. A nice orange, tangerine citrusiness to it. The citrusiness is just overpowering everything. I mean, it's super citrusy. Maybe a hint of some mango and some grapefruit. Smells awesome. It really does. I'm surprised it's still got that much hop presence to it. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Dave. Thank you, sir. Still tasty, guys. It really is. I'm pleasantly surprised it still has this much hop presence. Well, if it's got this much at this stage, imagine what it's going to have when it's a week, 2, 3, 4 weeks old. The first month it's in the can, it's going to be super, super citrusy. That's still very, very tasty, guys. I am super surprised that it still has that much hop presence on this beer. Let's do the back end pour and see what happens. And I'm going to shake this up just a little bit. Make sure we get all the goodies in there and see if it clouds it up a whole lot. We got a feeling it is. Now look at that coming out of there. Now that looks like straight orange juice coming out of the back end of the can there, guys. So we had quite a bit of settling. And that's going to happen. I mean, especially when it's set in the can for 3 months. A lot of that stuff is settled all the way down to here. Now looking at the beer, it looks like a glass of orange juice, guys. And that's what I remember, you know, from the last time. It was super hazy, juice bomb, if you will. Probably one of the first juice bombs that I had sent to me. I can't get these beers here from Treehouse. I don't even think they distribute unless something has changed from the information that I have. Most of this stuff is actually bought at the brewery or traded from person to person. Nice, very carbonated. So maybe it's done a little bit more fermentation in the can. I don't know. But that looks just like orange juice, guys. Let's dive in one more time before I leave. Super smooth. Not getting any of that 6.8, almost 7% alcohol. Seems to me to be a little creamier now that we got the back end in there. Super citrusy. A lot like orange juice. It really is. Very reminiscent of a glass of orange juice. You can see the difference that I got that back end pour in there. Considerable difference in the appearance. And a little bit juicier now that I've done that. So, still very tasty. Let me sip on it, see where she ends up. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little left here. Awesome lacing is left on the glass. And as you've seen, when I did the back end pour, changed it up considerably. Was fairly clear before I did that, and then it back end pour turned it into a juice bomb. I didn't go back and look at the grade that I gave it before. I didn't watch it or anything because I'm judging this beer on what I actually have here now. But I am pleasantly surprised at how tasty and juicy this beer is, being over 3 months old. So still fairly tasty. Pretty sure I probably gave this a 10. Like I said, I didn't go back and watch the video, but it's left off some lacing on the glass, and we're going to do the final chug. Awesome beer. It is really tasty. I like how well this beer has cellared, if you will. Still done very, very well, guys. Very, very citrusy. Big time citrusy notes on this still. So, like I said, I didn't go back and watch. I'm pretty sure I probably gave this beer a 10 when I did it before. That's when I was first starting getting into the juice bombs and having them sent to me. Because nobody was doing them around here, and still not very many of them are. And none of them, if you can get one here, you have to go to the brewery to get it because they're not canning or bottling anything around here. But still very enjoyable. Guys, I still think it's an A beer. I still think it's a very tasty beer. And like I said, pleasantly surprised that it cellared as well as it did. I'm sure this would have been a little tastier when it was 3 or 4 weeks earlier in the can, but now that it's got the age on it, it's still pretty damn tasty. Guys, I'm going to give this a 99 just because of the age of the beer. And like I said, I don't want to mealy mouth it because it's not their fault that I'm drinking a beer that's over 3 months old, but I still find it pleasantly tasty and would buy this beer if I could get it here. So once again, Dave, thanks again. Changed my thoughts a little bit on this. This one was still super tasty. So maybe my little 3 month shelf life that I give these beers, maybe we need to go to 4 months. I don't know. I still like to have these beers as fresh as possible. They want you to drink it as fresh as possible because it says right here on the can, drink fresh. So you're going to lose a little bit of hop presence when you get to beers that are getting at the end of the shelf life, in my opinion, 3 months. But still, this one did very well. So with that being said, like I said, I'm gonna give it a 99 just because of the age of the beer, and it still did very well. I think it would have been a lot tastier the first month it was in the can. So with that being said, let's run over to Beer Advocate. Beer Advocate says 4.56, which is also in their A category, not quite to their A plus, or they do, theirs is 4.56 out of 5, so just barely over their A scale. And over to Untapped. Untapped has it at 4.46. Pretty damn close to the best numbers from those guys. Still considered an A in my opinion. So it's an A beer all around, especially for the age on the beer. Selling very well. I'm super surprised, guys. That it's still got this much citrus and those hot presence, and still very tasty, and not getting any of that usual maltiness on beers that are over 3 months old. So I'm shocked, surprised, and I'm glad. So I hate to see Dave spend his hard-earned money on a beer. I don't know how long he had it, but he wanted to send it to me, and I said, yeah, it's been a while since I've done it. Send it to me. I knew that it was going to be an older beer, but it is what it is. Beggars can't be choosers. So I did want to re-review it. Like I said, it's still a good beer. So if you've had this is the Alter Ego from Treehouse Brewing. Let me know what you think. Until we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.